welcome back to On the Fly. Today we're taking a look at part 13 of our Swiping to Seattle series, the topic being the Florida Panthers. The Panthers finished the regular season with a 37-14-5 record, placing them second in the Central Division. This set up a first-round matchup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning made quick work of them and beat them out in 6 games. That made them out of the playoffs. The Florida Panthers do, however, have the potential to make a deep cup run in the next few years with their leaders like Barkov and Huberdeau. Although they do have to figure it out kind of in that back end with the defense, especially with players like Keith Yandle, because Yandle was a kind of a mishap this year. He did play a little bit, he didn't play pretty much all over the map, and he will be one of the players that must be protected due to his non-movement clause, so they will have to figure out how to deal with him. Moving on, we got the expansion draft strategy. I do believe that for them it will be all about trying to protect players with skill, as well as their potential guys who will be able to help them out in the next few years to win a cup. Now that we know about the team, let's look at the players. Starting with the forwards. Jonathan Huberdeau has a non-movement clause. Alexander Barkov, Patrick Hornquist, Frank Vatrano, Noel Acciari, Carter Verhaeghe, Mason Marchment, and Ryan Lomberg are all the players who meet the 2 forward exposed requirement. Juho Lammikko, Lucas Wallmark, Brad Morrison, Sam Bennett, Patrick Bykov, and Anthony Duclair are all RFAs. Moving on to the defensemen, Keith Yandle has a non-movement clause. Aaron Ekblad, Anton Strom, Mackenzie Weegar, Marcus Nunivara, and Radko Gudas all meet the 1D exposed requirement. Kevin Connaughton did not meet the games played, and Gustav Forsling, Lucas Carlson, and Noah Juleson are all RFAs. Moving on to the goalies, Sergei Bobrovsky has a non-movement clause, and Samuel Montembeault is an RFA. Now that we know about the players, let's start protecting them. Starting with the forwards again. Jonathan Huberdeau is the obvious selection here, non-movement clause, plus he's probably going to be the face of their franchise, as well with Alexander Barkov, who will also protect. Without a doubt, these are the 2 players to watch for in the next coming years. I believe Patrick Hornquist does fit the goals of the Florida Panthers, trying to be a contender in the next coming years. Without a doubt, playoff experience with Pittsburgh, he will be a player to watch for, so he'll be protected. Carter Verhaeghe, I believe, will be protected due to him being a young guy who does have the potential to come into a near star player. As well as Juho Lammikko, kind of like Verhaeghe, but a little bit younger. He will also be a big player in their future, so he'll be protected. Sam Bennett came in the Calgary trade. I believe he'll be protected due to him obviously coming from a trade. Doesn't make sense to trade for a guy unless you want to keep him, so I'll be protecting Bennett. And finally, Anthony Duclair. He was one of the best players in the playoffs this year, which is why I believe he'll be protected. Pretty obvious pick. He'll be around, he'll be playing, he'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff for that team, so that's why he'll be protected. Moving on to the defense, Aaron Ekblad, despite his injury this year, he'll still be protected. Pretty easy pick, face of the guy. You also have Keith Yandle, non-movement clause. They've tried to get rid of him, so look for a trade to a team like Boston or something, as that's one of the teams that Yandle did have selected and would be okay with going to, so that's why I believe Yandle will be looking for Boston. And finally, Mackenzie Weegar. He is a player that kind of needs no introduction. He's a good player. He's a young guy. He will be a part of the future, which is why he'll be protected. And finally, for the goalies, not much of a comparison. Starter versus backup. You'll protect your starter, Sergei Bobrovsky. He also has a non-movement clause, which means if he doesn't want to waive it, he doesn't have to, which doesn't really matter because they'll protect him anyway, but that's why I'm protecting Sergei Bobrovsky. Now it's Seattle's turn. I believe the 3 most important players the Kraken will take a look at will be Frank Vatrano, Lucas Wallmark, and Marcus Nunivara. Overall, I do believe these players are of high interest towards the Kraken, as they're looking for young guys that do provide for the team. Nunivara will be a player that is kind of your lockdown guy defensively. Little upside on the offense, but mainly he'll be your lockdown defenseman. He's young, still has time to improve. Vatrano is your kind of leader guy on the team, 27 plus whatever else you want to play with him, because he'll play anywhere on the ice where you put him. Great player all around, 4th line, 3rd line grinder kind of guy. And then for Wallmark, he's another young guy, has the potential to be a good player. But I do believe that the Kraken will be picking Marcus Nunivara because he does provide that higher potential and the others do. So with that, Marcus Nunivara will be Seattle's 5th defenseman. If If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you liked it, drop a like. If you really liked it, consider subscribing, tell all your friends about it, and until next time, see ya!